Okay, so this morning, right now is 5:30 in the morning. That's the time I like to wake up. Usually go to the gym or work out and then get my day started. But I'm not going to the gym today because I need to let my body rest. But yeah, so I'm up early and usually I'm running on the treadmill and I'm telling myself uh, positive affirmations. Um, but right now I'm just sitting down, writing out a plan. Writing out a plan. And I just had this random thought. Every time I have a random thought, I'm just gonna open my camera and talk. But I really wanted to make this video for myself and for people who have children. This is the advice that I would give to a parent as someone who doesn't have a child, but someone who used to be a child. And the opinion that I now have that comes from my own experience, not just being a child, but being the child that I was. And when I was a kid, my mom's biggest, well, not her biggest issue with me, but I've heard her say a few times, you wouldn't listen. And like, you never listen, or not you never listen, but you don't listen, you wouldn't listen, like, and that's why she was so frustrated with me as a kid. As a kid, I would define myself as rebellious, more towards like high school. Like, I would definitely define myself as kind of rebellious in high school. I was kind of like, I didn't go to school. Like, I ditched a lot. And I was just going to the beach or going home. Like, I wasn't doing no wild shit. But earlier in my life, though, I tried to tell my mom. Well, I don't know if I tried to tell her this. Like, of course, as a kid, I'm not gonna listen. Like, I just got here. I don't know what's going on. As a baby, like, in kindergarten, I don't know. Like, I don't know. The fact that I'm supposed to, and this brings me to my next point, the fact that I'm supposed to just get things. Maybe people, I always say this, maybe people assume that, again, it still shouldn't have been projected onto me, but maybe this is the projection because I said this early on, like, I was good at a lot of stuff. Like, I was good at math. I was athletic. Like, I was super, according to the people around me too. Like, I was intelligent and and yeah. So I always wondered, like, damn, did people they had this assumption that I was just like supposed to get everything because some things just came to me naturally. Like, I was gifted. I was a gifted kid. So, but yeah, throughout the years, there are some things my mom told me to do that I came into agreement with for whatever reason. Like, I knew to wash the dishes. I knew to clean up. I knew to do my laundry. Like, I knew to shower. I knew to brush my teeth. I knew to, like, bathe myself. Like, there were things that she told me I needed to do that eventually I did. Clean my room, do my, well, shit, sometimes I wasn't doing my homework, but you know, even in my worst, even with the worst grades I've ever had in my during the years I was in school, maybe up until, no, actually I'm lying. K through 12, I don't know what happened. Let me say something, like, when did I really have like an F for the first time? Maybe the sixth grade. And 6th, 7th grade, maybe I had an F. But I was also, was I aware that, I was being sexually abused throughout my entire life. Like, sex abuse is my first memory. But I don't remember it really affecting me for real until middle school. Like, I remember the first day of school, I felt like I was walking through a dream, like, and my heart was racing. Like, everything was disoriented. Nothing was shaped correctly. It was just all so weird. But yeah, my grades, even in my worst like grade, like, I don't know, I never had to do no weird like classes or anything. Like, I would always put my grades back up. And then that would be the reason my mom would be even more mad at me. Cause she was always like, how can you get an F in the beginning of the school year and get an A at the end? Like, the end is harder than the beginning. So like, what? She'll be like, what's going on? Like, and I would be like, that was one of the times where she did make sense. Where I was like, okay, you on to something for real. Like, you making sense. Like, my mom makes sense to me. And this brings me to my entire purpose of making this video. Like, other times my mom did not make sense, like, as a human being. Like, now that I understand human beings, she makes a little bit more sense. Still, she makes no sense when she talks sometimes. Like, that's when she don't make sense. Or her actions. Like, but not overall anymore. Like, but this is a reflection of my my mind as a kid. I don't have that level of awareness yet, you know. But she just didn't make sense to me, you know. Like, she just didn't make sense to me. I never talked to my mom about boys, and she asked me about that one time, and I never told her. But I was like thinking in my head, like, why would I ever talk to you about men when I'm like, I see what you have in front of me. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I don't think you're the person I could talk to. Like, that don't make sense to talk to you about it. Like, it just didn't make sense. Eventually, my mom used to come to my games when I was young. But then, like, my mom kind of was like emotionally and verbally just all over the edge. Just like, my mom was emotionally and verbally what word do I want to use? I don't want to say every day. Like, Like maybe an outburst every day, but did my mom call me out my name every day? No. And not even an outburst every day, but more often than like, although it hurt, it really does hurt when you hear your mom call you out of your name. Like I wouldn't say my mom did that more than 10 times out of my entire life. Like, but yeah, I didn't feel good with my mom. Like, I don't feel good. I don't feel safe. I don't feel valued. Eventually, I started like, I didn't want her to come to my games. I didn't want her to come see me. For me, it just didn't make sense. Like, I don't understand. I didn't want this person there cheering for me. That didn't make sense. It's not funny, but like, shit don't make sense to me. Like, that's how I move through life. Like, not how I move through life, but like, when people talk, I'm just like, that shit don't make sense. And people like to tell me that everything don't make sense, but to me, that's not true. Everything makes sense. We just don't have the capacity to make sense of everything. So my lack of understanding, your lack of understanding does not mean there is no answer. Like, and it don't mean that it's impossible for someone else to get there, and it doesn't mean that someone else in this universe don't have that answer to that thing. Like, that don't make sense to me. Like, because if there are things that I know I discovered, not discovered, but like I'm still learning today that I didn't once know, like it didn't become a thing the day I learned about it. It didn't come into fruition. Its existence didn't come into fruition the day I found out. Like, but yeah, my mom, for me as a kid, I could see that she was someone I could not trust. Like, and yeah, for me, it's like, if you want to be someone I can listen to, then be someone I can trust. If you want to be someone I should listen to, be someone I can trust. And children carry faith too. They carry the purest form of faith. Okay? Yes, they still have fears, they still are scared of things, but that is a natural human emotion. Adults, there are a lot of adults that y'all are not more brave than these children. Y'all just have physical advantages. That is the only thing I truly believe some adults have over children, is that they have physical advantages and they've been here long enough to have learned how to communicate, to learn how to place words in a sentence. I still don't think y'all have some of y'all don't have spiritual advantages over children. Like, spiritual gifts more sharp than children. I don't think that's the case with all adults. I'm sorry. So, your children are assets when they get here. Not assets the day they can take care of you. Not assets the day that they can listen. Not assets the day that they can, are sworn into whatever career that's gonna give you enough pride and joy to brag to your friends and your coworkers and whoever the fuck else. Okay? Your children are assets the minute they are conceived. You feeling like they're not an asset is your problem. Of course they're not going to, of course they're going to feel like it does cost to have a child. They can't take care of themselves. And yeah, it costs money to take care of a kid, but you are in debt. They are not debt. There's a difference. So, I don't know, value your child and value their faith, because they can put it into you. They should put it into themselves. That's something they need to be. It needs to be reaffirmed that putting faith into themselves is a good choice, because children, I feel like children naturally do that. Like, children walk up to you with lipstick smudge all over their face, talking about, look at what I did. Like, they're proud. They're the most prideful beings on earth, and that should not be taken advantage of, and it should be protected. So, yeah, that's my advice. That's what I have to say. As, you know, I don't have kids, and I do hear people say things like, if you don't have children, you don't know what it's like. If you don't know what it's like to have a kid, you don't know, you don't truly know. But I've been one, and yeah. So, and it's true, I don't have children. I don't even know if I want children, but I love kids, and I love kids so much. But yeah, be someone that your child can pour their faith into, because as an adult, like, adults, it's not that we shouldn't put faith into other people, but you gotta pour into yourself. You have to pour into yourself, and everyone knows that. I feel like that's the most basic piece of advice you can give anyone. Like, you have to pour into yourself, but yeah, children need a safe space to love and to be loved. Like, I'm thinking back, like, this morning, to love and learn. I'm thinking back this morning about myself as a kid, and like, yeah. But also this morning I thought about, and I broke down crying one day because of this. Like, I just told my mom, like, I'm really sorry for everything that I did as a kid that, like, just made things more stressful. Like, and I'm grateful for the mom that I did have. Even though there are a lot of, like, just absolute no-nos in the road along the way. And today I do feel a certain way about a lot of things, like, for sure. But looking back with more awareness, like, yeah, I had already realized this, but I was just super angry. And I still feel angry. If my anger comes up, I let it. Like, I just don't try to force my anger, like, no more. I spent a couple, like, 2 years trying to force anger. Not trying to force it, but, like, or maybe I will. I've just been through a lot that made me really sensitive, and I feel like people play with me. I feel like my mom partially, I feel like my mom think I'm stupid, like, and that fucks with me. But you know, I just need my space from my mom. I just need space. But my mom my mom had, you know, her own life and stuff like that, and the stuff, you know, while I do feel like my mom should have had more awareness, or walked with more care as a mother during those years that I lived with her. Like, she, you know, she was being abused too by her boyfriends, and maybe it was having a psychological effect. I don't know. I don't think that psychological effect. It's just like, I feel betrayed as a kid, and that to me is an absolute no-no. The verbal and emotional outbursts, I could deal with it when I was a kid, and I'm glad I dealt. Maybe my mom needed that. Maybe God, I don't know. Maybe my mom never had space to like express her emotions either, and maybe I gave that to her. So I hope she feel better. I hope she find peace, and I hope she knows I love her. Emotional outbursts, man, I just can't deal with it as often as I used to. Like, if I get to linking up with you and you go out and it's over, like, it's just over little, I know it's all subjective, but some shit to me is not justified and it's not valid. Like, I don't care. So I can't be around you. It's like, I deserve to rest. I'm not finna be doing emotional labor all the time. Like, sometimes, yeah, but all the time, no. No, like, but yeah, just listen to your kids, listen to your children, and they'll listen to you. It works both ways. That's all I have to say, guys. Have a blessed day.